All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Captain Cody Davis here with you guys again for another one on a very beautiful but very humid morning down here in South Florida. Had all the intentions of fishing Lake Okeechobee this morning, but I'm just getting over being sick. You guys could probably hear it in my voice. I'm still a little bit congested. So I've been sleeping like crazy the last 2 days. And I ended up waking up like 3 hours before my alarm went off. And I couldn't go back to sleep. I said, what the hell, I'm awake. Let's go do something a little bit different. Let's go mess with some snakeheads, which is something I don't typically do. But I was actually supposed to link up with a buddy of mine last week to come fish for these things. And my AC ended up going out in my house the night before we met up. So I had to cancel on him, but he ended up coming and he crushed them. Most of you know Mike Kraus, who ran Okeechobee Fishing Headquarters. He had a ball. So I got up and I said, what the heck, let's go do it. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with what a bullseye snakehead is, I'm sure most of you are familiar with them, but they're just one of the hundreds of invasive species we have down here in South Florida. They've been here for, I don't know how long, but a long time. And we grew up fishing for them. You know, they're a lot of fun. They pull hard, they hit hard. You catch them on top water a lot. You can kind of catch them doing a little bit of anything. But they definitely pull hard. They're a really neat, cool looking fish. And, growing up, we used to kill each and every single one of them. But at this point, guys, whether you're a fan of them or not, they're here to stay. We're not going to control the population unless we get some kind of crazy cold spell and the water temps drop way down for a very long time. But they're real fun. I know a lot of people from out of state love to come catch them. And so we're not going to kill all of them today, but we might kill a couple of them to take home for dinner, because I've heard for years that they're great eating. I've never fooled with them, but today we might keep 2 or 3 just to try them out. So we're just getting the rods ready. We kind of made a little short run here. We're just going to kind of start fishing. Okay, so just to get started here, we're just going to start with the Big Easy. Like I said, color doesn't really matter. Throwing this on straight 65-pound braid, Senko sticks, 7.4 slackliner rod. Great rod for throwing anything big, like a popping frog, or in this case, I think it's the best Big Easy rod Alex has ever built. And we're just going to be burning the banks here. There's not really a science to this. It's just covering water. It felt like it was going to be a little bit cooler first thing this morning, but I'm already sweating. My glasses are fogging, so it's going to be a hot one, no doubt, especially down in these, ditch canals. Oh, there was one right there, and it took my bait. Golly, that was a monster. Let it go. That's not the same fish, but I got him. It's not a big one. That. Snakehead. Oh! And they got teeth. Might keep him. Maybe we'll try eating that one, but we'll let him go. That's what they look like. They're actually a pretty neat looking fish, and they could survive out of water for like 4 days. Hopefully we get some that are bigger than that. Oh.
Alrighty.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, you have a good day at school, okay, buddy?
Okay, but come home when it's done.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, big one. Did you see that thing coming? That was crazy. Not as big as I thought, but he crushed it. Oh, he's all wrapped up, so he ain't gonna fight. We got our gill wrapped. That was crazy. Oh, we barely hooked too. Big one. It's a good one. Complains about Florida more than me, but I couldn't leave. We're here catching snakeheads. Well, we got a group, we've caught a couple bass, and we've got tarpon rolling in front of the boat. Go ahead. That's what we're out here for. That's a pretty good one there. Real long, skinny fish. I think she was on a fry ball. I saw a bunch of stuff jump out of the water, and she came and just killed it. But really lit up. You can see they get the speckles in their tail. They really are a cool fish. And you guys can hear that. They got a rock solid head. They're mean. But I might take this one home for dinner and try it. I don't know how big she is. I'm not good with weight on these guys, but I was just about to say that's what makes these things so cool, is how hard they hit, how far they'll come, and really the simplicity of fishing for them. I'm not taking shots at, you know, snakehead fishing, but it's just burning the bank and covering water. We got the trolling motor on high. I'm burning that big easy, going back and forth between that and a swim jig, and even flipping a little bit, but just covering a lot of water and just burning the bank. So it's, for the most part, simple, and it's fun when they hit it like that. So get this guy in the box. Do it right on his head. I think it's a giant too. That was nuts. Oh yeah, that's a giant. That might be the biggest one I've ever caught. No, it's not the biggest one I ever caught, but it is a giant. Look at the size of this thing. I mean, it hit the water and he was laying on it. That was crazy. So, oh yeah, that's a big one. I don't know how much this thing weighs, but that's a donk. Real long and skinny. But I threw that thing on, I don't know if you guys saw that on the chest camera, but I threw that thing on the bank and he just crushed it. I didn't feel it. I thought I spooked him, and then I was kind of waiting. And then I'd pull it back into the water, see if he'd come back and get it, but he had it. I don't know how big he is, but was not coming off. God, they run so fast. Can't catch up to them. Golly. Big one. God, he choked that thing. Look out. That thing is gone. Real dark. You know, you'll get them all different colors, but it's really cool. You guys could see them like white speckles in their silver and white speckles in their fins. Like you can see, he's lightening up now. They change colors like crazy. Super cool. Not a giant, but man, when you hit them, they do run. We've got those two in the live well. I'm probably only going to bring one home. When I was a youngster, every one of these would get hooked 45 feet up on the bank. I guess I get soft with old age. I know you're supposed to kill them, but like I said, we're not going to do anything to the numbers of these things. And there's a lot of guides that, you know, kind of rely on these guys to make their living. They specialize in catching these, so we're gonna let them go. But just a crazy, ugly but cool fish at the same time. You can see that head there. All right, guys, that's it. We're gonna wrap it up here today. We've got storms inbound, and I've got a little bit of a ride home, so we're gonna go ahead and call it. Far from the day I thought we were gonna have. I really thought we were gonna come down here and bang on these things, but that moving water really hurt us today. That was the one thing I was worried about, and as luck may have it, that's what we got. The morning started out pretty good, and then it just kind of went downhill. If I would have caught on to that flowing water earlier, I would have ran to this stretch where we just caught these last two. You guys probably can't tell, but the canal kind of doubles in width, so it's not such a bottleneck effect, and that water's not flowing quite as hard and fast. And I think that's why we were able to trigger those few bites. But by now, all this loose grass, this hyacinth, lettuce, chop eel grass is all bouncing, bumping off the bank, and the wind and the current just blowing it out in the middle. And it makes it nearly impossible to throw anything aside from a buzzing bait, like a Big Easy, which is what we call the fish on. A lot of times I'll mix it up, throw a chatterbait, a swim jig, flip for these fish. But every cast I made with something subsurface, I came back with just balls of eelgrass on my line. So it made all that pretty much impossible. But something buzzing on top, whether it's a Trixie shark, a horny toad, or a Big Easy like I like to throw, those are my main, that's my number one pick. But like I said, it wasn't bad. I think we caught 4 or 5 and missed just as many and caught a couple good ones. So it is what it is. Any of you that are interested in catching these, let me know. Any of the warmer months of the year, from March through September, this fishery is happening. I know a lot of you booked me for multiple days in the springtime. We can mix it up. If you're interested in this, we can do a couple days on the lake and come down here and do this, or we can go peacock fishing. We can you know, go catch snook and tarpon, whatever you guys want to do. So let me know if you guys like videos like this, where I do stuff that's a little bit different. I'll keep them coming. I've got those 2 big ones in the live well. I'm gonna let one of them go and just bring one of them home. Mainly because my son, I don't think if I put the phone call in the video, he called me and said he really wanted to see what one looked like, so he wants me to bring them home. And you are not allowed to transport these things alive. They have to be dead if you transport them. So I'm gonna bleed them out and put them in the cooler, and then I'm not gonna kill something for no reason. So we're gonna fillet them up and see how they taste. I've been told my entire life that they're great. I've been catching them my whole life. I've never actually tried eating one, so I think we're gonna give it a shot, and I'll give you guys my honest snakehead review at the end. But appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, guys, just wrapped up dinner. Honest opinion on snakehead is it was not my favorite. Had a very similar taste and texture to catfish, and I don't like catfish. If I would have done it deep fried like I've seen everyone else do, it would probably be very good. That seems to be the way to do it. But I didn't do it that way. I threw it on the grill, and I don't know. It was okay, had a fine taste, but the texture was just, it was real mushy. Very similar even to crappie, which is why I don't like eating crappie. That shocks a lot of people, but I don't care to eat it. So You know, it was good. I mean, I'd probably give it another try, deep frying it. But either way, if you live here in Florida, go catch yourself a snook. If you're visiting Florida and you want to try it, great. If you just want to go eat some good fish, just go to a local seafood place and order some grouper or cobia or something like that. So that's it. I appreciate you guys watching the video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Tight lines.